really good debate.
We stay swishing, 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 swishing. Rise up, stay swishing, 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 swishing. Willing every jumper with a flick of wrist. Never a doubt, a fear, a miss. Anyone sleeping on my shots get fits. Cause every shot through nets, through rips. Cars, hearts, darts, rewards, smarts, sharks.
Welcome on in, the Diamond Release Podcast.
You don't have to announce what we're doing. Thought we were done with that.
We do. That's part of our intro.
Yeah, welcome all in. My name's not Release.
And I am not Dime.
I like to flip-flop between certain names, but... Alright, yeah, so it's been an interesting week for me. How about you?
It could be
over
interesting.
I'm over here, not the screen.
Sorry, I'm used to Zoom now.
Yeah.
But it could be an interesting week. Hopefully get some news about some job related stuff. How about you?
Don't want to talk about that stuff, but yeah, grinding through the week. Like yesterday, I was at the beer pong tournament. I became the Pat Bev of not being Pat Bevs. Got to the playoffs, and we went 1-1 in the playoffs, so we got knocked out second round.
Very Knicks fashion.
I mean, that's basically what the Sixers do every year, say less.
So today we have a little special episode about the Offseason and Summer League's going on. We got the Olympics. What are you most happy about with, let's say, the Summer League and Olympics? We'll start there.
Summer League is cool. I haven't had a chance to watch a lot of it because I've been busy, but it's always fun to see young guys try to make a team or try to solidify their roles or their skills. I'm really excited for my team specifically because we finally have some draft picks playing, and other guys as well, including Rokas Jokovitis.
What?
He's our stash guy.
Oh.
Rokas.
What do you think about second or third year players that are already proven, such as a Brandon Miller, Jaime Jaquez? What do you think about them playing on the select team and also for the Summer League?
It gets them more reps and more time to develop. So I agree with that kind of method. Honestly, that's what most teams used to do regularly. Now it's more of teams do it half and half depending on what their thoughts and processes are, and I guess health-wise of the player too. But yeah, I mean, it used to be a normal thing, so I have no problem with seeing second and third year guys on Summer League, and also playing Select because Select doesn't do much anyway. So
if you think about it, it's kind of a lose-lose situation for them. They're expected to dominate in the Summer League. Obviously, most of them do, but
I don't know about expected to dominate all of them, but all right.
If you're a proven player and you're facing scrubs, you're expected to dominate in whatever way you're known to do, like scoring, passing, rebounding wise.
Yeah, but you gotta also keep in mind the real scouts and stuff are not actually nitpicking this kind of game.
Well, no, but the general media and people are gonna highlight a bad game if, say, Brandon Miller has a 1 for 12 shooting night. They're gonna highlight it and say maybe he's not as good. I don't know.
No, I think that's too much into it because if you're playing with a lot of scrubs too, it doesn't help spacing, but say less.
So, spacing, you say?
Yeah, that's important.
Should we get right into it?
What about spacing? What do you have for me?
The Kings traded for DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, I thought that was a great trade.
Let's start right there, okay? Now, we talked about this in the past, off air. He is a fan of that trade, and I am
Absolutely.
not. I am definitely not a fan just because of their spacing and what they're all known to do. Like, De'Aaron Fox likes to drive in and play in transition. Sabonis likes to be a hub in the middle, and he commands the paint when he does that. He doesn't play at like the 3-point line. DeRozan also needs the ball in his hands, and he likes mid-range. He's not your typical off-ball type player.
All right. So, since we last spoke on this off air, I actually had the chance to hear a Sacramento Kings media guy talk about this stuff, and you are well off base as I expected. So, one, if you're going to talk about the spacing, they're going to have elite spacing because I think Malik Monk's going to be starting, and then you got the Keegs man himself. Those are two outside types. And then you got Sabonis, who really could be the playmaker. He doesn't have to go into the post. There's a lot of plays of him up at top on the outside the key and all that. Making plays for others because he's not going to be the primary or secondary even now. Now, the other thing, DeRozan, obviously, you're saying he's not an off-ball guy, but he is known to be playing off-ball on other teams. So I really don't understand this kind of concept you have. It's like you forgot the whole half of his career, but say less.
Well, I'm going to go on record in saying that it's not going to work out. Maybe they end up trading Sabonis to help make it work, because I doubt unless they flip DeRozan again, but I don't see how it could work. And if they keep the same team, and especially the same starting lineup, because you can't really do too much there.
Well, they're not. It's not going to be the same starting lineup as last year.
No, I'm talking about from the beginning to the end. Like DeRozan, Monk, Fox, Keegan Murray, and Sabonis.
All right. Well, I mean, the other combatant...
I have to finish.
Go ahead.
They will not make the playoffs. They may make the play-in. They will not make the playoffs. That's my take.
Here's the thing. That's completely wrong in my opinion because they got better this year and they almost made it last year, so say less. But I would also agree on some things, but the main thing that you're not taking into account with why this team is going to succeed is that Keegan Murray is now in year 3. This is where guys take the next step, and he will become the primary of the Sacramento Kings, a.k.a. Sacramento Keegs. Say less.
He could take a jump and still have off spacing with the team.
They're going to have elite spacing.
But let's move on. We know your stands. You think they're going to be at, what do you think, top 6 team at minimum?
Yeah.
All right, so he's saying top 6. I don't know if you want to go more in depth, maybe top 3, or maybe keep it...
No, I mean somewhere in the top 6.
All right, so he likes to be more general, and I'm being very specific.
Yeah, because it's going to be somewhere between 1 and 6. It's specific.
So let's talk about a different trade. I guess you could call it trade. It's more like a sign and trade. Klay Thompson to the Mavericks. It's stacking up the West even more.
Yeah, great addition for the Mavericks. Big L for the Warriors, in my opinion.
What do you think about the Warriors' replacements? They got Buddy Hield, Melton. Who was the other Warrior?
Is this some kind of trick?
Who's the other Warrior they got? They got Kyle Anderson, right?
Yes. I mean, you want to call it a replacement of Klay Thompson? No.
Can Buddy Hield be the replacement of Klay Thompson?
Nah. All right. So I mean, there's aspects each of those guys bring, but none of them are Klay Thompson when he was in his prime. So it doesn't really do much.
So Klay Thompson said that I don't know if this is true or not, but there's a report out there that said he still thinks he's not much different from his prime. He still thinks he could do just as much, and that's why he was taken back from the Warriors' offers. What do you think about that? And
Well,
you could go.
yeah, well, he clearly does not watch tape of himself then. He's lost a step or two. As far as shooting, his efficiency has gone down. If you're talking the threat of the 3-point, maybe he still has that threat, but overall as a player, he's dipped below where he was quite a bit. But he also doesn't make sense why he chose the Mavericks then, because they have two solidified options already. If that was the case, I'm just saying, like, that doesn't make sense then.
Well, you know he's not a player that's going to want the ball in his hands. He's just going to be that guy that moves off the ball. Like, it would make complete sense if DeRozan was swapped with Klay Thompson because Klay Thompson is much more needed on the Kings in that sort of sense. The catch and shoot guy that can... Why are you shaking your head? I'm being very specific, and I think the genius is coming out.
You're misjudging the Kings situation. That's the problem.
Klay Thompson is the perfect off-ball player. And he still has a little bit to show on defense. Like, he's not the same defender, but he's definitely not completely bad.
Kind of like me, huh?
Anyway,
that was a serious thing.
Maybe we could record some footage of me cooking him and then...
No, my strengths lie on the help defense.
Oh my god. So, in other words, he guards the worst defender and helps off of him?
No, I just play a system. Relax.
So another trade. This one pertains more to you than anything else. The Knicks got McHale. What do you think about that?
We didn't talk about that yet?
I don't think so.
We did.
Well, you could just rehash it if you want.
I mean, if you want to talk that Hartenstein left us after that, we could talk that. I do think the Thunder overpaid for Mr. iHeart himself. The Jokic Light, or Jokic of the East, is no longer. I think $30 million for that kind of player was a little bit of an overpay there for a Thunder team that needs to pay their youth and their other guys down the line. So I don't think that was the wisest of decisions.
So, just thinking logically, would you rather have Gobert or Hartenstein?
Gobert.
What about Capella or Hartenstein?
Hartenstein, because Capella's a little older.
I mean, I could see why you think the contract's bad, but I could semi-justify it.
For the Thunder, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying for himself.
Yeah, but I guess you don't... This is like the moment you could talk about the Knicks, and you don't really want to do that.
No, because we already talked about the trade. That's why I'm saying that. Like, the only thing that's really happened with us is we re-signed Anunoby and lost Hartenstein. I mean, what else is there to say?
They didn't sign anyone else?
Not yet.
So, let's move on to the winners and losers of the offseason. I'll start off. We already named some winners in our previous segment, but we'll start with the Mavericks. Another one, the Sixers. Key signings there.
Debatable.
You also got...
Alright, no. Let's do two each. So, my obviously, I was going to say the Mavericks, but you stole my thunder. Magic.
Is that a play on words?
Yeah, Magic. The Magic did a pretty good move this year by getting Caldwell Pope into the fold there, bringing that key 3-and-D player that they might have been missing with some vet leadership. And now they also re-signed guys and signed extensions with their own guys. So I think they're prepped to make another top 6 performance this year.
So
Winner.
their main target was Paul George, though.
Doesn't matter.
And they still won?
No, they're winning because it's not all about getting one guy. It's about doing the best thing you can. All right, and then another team that won for me, I would obviously have to say this because this is very key in the world of sports right now and the aspects that it's coming from. And the winner has to be Bronny.
What?
This guy did absolutely nothing.
That's not a team.
No, it's not about that. I'm just saying winners of the offseason. So this guy did absolutely nothing at USC and still got one of the highest contracts for a rookie.
So is he the winner or LeBron?
It's not LeBron. He thinks he's winning, but he's not.
So on that point, the losers of the offseason. What are we thinking? I'll let you start this one.
Oh, awesome. So, obvious losers, we got to go with the Pistons. Terrible signings. Didn't really do anything to advance the team scope there.
Their president said that Tobias Harris contributes to winning.
I don't agree with that. All right, and then another key one here is the Warriors for me. Obviously, losing Klay Thompson for trash pickups, including Buddy Hield and Melton. You don't really get excited about those names there.
Also, to expand on your first team, which one was that again? Sorry. What was your first team for the
Pistons?
The Pistons, okay. Also, why they lost the offseason is they're not great at drafting. I'm not a fan of their draft at all.
Why so?
Watching the summer league, obviously it doesn't say everything, but their little lottery pick decides he doesn't like shooting that much, and that could be a problem moving forward. They obviously don't have a lot of shooters as it is. Tobias might
I don't think Ron Holland makes or breaks the Pistons either way. But
I'm just saying drafting in general, they haven't really done much outside of Cade. They had a lot of really good
Jaden Ivey.
They've had a lot of really good lottery selection, positions, but they didn't really do too much with them.
Jalen Duren.
That was a sign-in trade, and that was a later pick.
No. It was not a sign-in trade. It was a draft night trade with us.
That's what I meant.
That is not the same thing.
I meant draft night.
Draft rights. Essentially they told the Knicks to pick Duren for them.
I know.
Move on.
Anyway, we could look back at this in the future and say he was right. The draft picks really didn't amount to much. Maybe they lose some, like Cade in the future, because he wouldn't want to be there much longer.
He just signed a big extension.
Yes, that doesn't mean anything in today's NBA anymore.
All right.
Okay, so the other one you said was the Warriors.
Yeah. What's your two teams? Advance LePaul. Don't stick on the same thing.
One of them is definitely the Lakers, because LeBron was offering to take a pay cut. They didn't really do much with that, and LeBron's like, all right, I'm taking my money then.
He actually took a little bit off, but go ahead.
$50 million is still a lot of money.
Yeah, I know.
Another loser, I'm going to say the Bulls. They lost some players. DeRozan, Caruso, Drummond. They want to lose
working anyway.
They want to lose Vooch and Levine. No one wants them. Obvious losers. What do you think about Buzelis? Is he gonna?
Who?
Matas Buzelis.
Who? Oh, I'm kidding. All right, his pronunciation sounded really weird, but he's all right. I mean, he's not the main guy in this draft, but solid. I would say, I mean, instead of the Bulls, I would look more toward the Clippers losing this.
We could put them in there, but they're kind of in the same boat as the Warriors. They lost one of their better players and replaced them with some random players. They obviously got some like toxic level players. They got Kai Jones, Kevin Porter Jr. Like, what are you guys doing? You're ruining your locker room. You already have Harden and Westbrook. Like,
I don't know what they're doing, honestly, but Claw is there, and he could, interesting topic to move on from. He pulled himself, or got pulled from Team USA.
did you see the baggage he brought with them in the hotel? Like that, you saw everyone walk in with these big bags and like multiple bags. And then you see Kawhi with his little small one bag, like he was just packing for 1 day or 2 days. So I think he knew what was coming. He just wanted to be like selected onto the team maybe and get that accolade. I don't know how that works exactly, but
I mean, he might also have a spot up near that place, maybe just packed for that time because he was going to go back and get stuff and then go out.
I mean maybe, or he was just gonna do his shopping there. Who knows? But speaking of shopping, the Nets obviously they're gonna tank. They got their pick back.
I thought we moved on to the Olympics now. That was the whole idea of that.
We can move on, yeah. So, yeah, I guess that was a good leading segment. Kawhi is replaced by Derek White. Pretty surprising. I wasn't expecting him of all people.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but whatever. I guess championship gets you spots.
You know, Jaylen Brown was not selected.
What are you talking about?
The MVP. He was not selected to the Olympic team.
I thought he was on there.
Nope. Drew Holiday, Tatum, Derek White. Now maybe he said he can't do it and he's going to be with his family or whatever, but there's no media out there saying like he was offered and he didn't want to.
All right, now it makes even less sense to me now. Derek White. All right, I guess so, but whatever. Is it true that Embiid's getting kicked off?
What are you talking about? That's not true at all.
I thought I heard someone say that.
No. Are you kidding? Why would he get kicked off?
False allegiance.
He has his American citizenship.
He's not natural though.
The whole USA is not naturally there.
It's called being born in the U.S. He was not.
Okay, what's your point?
He also lied to France.
Alright, so clearly there's some haters out there for
Nah,
Embiid.
it's not even hating. It's just the facts.
They don't want to see him win anything and they're going to do everything to put
he
him
is
down.
goal chasing.
What do you think all the whole Olympics...
So he's chasing the gold.
He wants to win.
That's why he chose the U.S.
He wants to win.
Exact. So he chose the U.S. because he's gold chasing and jumping on.
He wants to experience...
False allegiance.
That's not false.
False allegiance.
He's allowed to go there.
Not false allegiance.
Anyway. Obviously, you can't really say much about Embiid's game besides his health and whatever he's saying right now, so the haters are going to do whatever they can.
We're not hating. It's false allegiance.
Who do you think's going to be like a team to watch for in the Olympics?
U.S. and Canada.
That's it?
Pretty much.
I thought like Spain was highly regarded, and didn't they win the FIBA also, or was that Germany?
Mind you, that's FIBA, but say less. I think it was Germany.
Are you sure? I have a feeling it was Spain.
It was Germany.
Anyways, Is there anything else you wanted to touch on, or
Yeah, absolutely. So sad thing here. We recorded 3 times last week. Just wanted to touch that there was some things on there that I did like that we did. Maybe one day we'll rehash it when we're zooming again. But yeah, besides that, I am playing sore right now, and I'm still showing up, as opposed to certain people that like to miss things.
shots?
You, dog.
Are you saying I missed shots, or what are you saying?
No, I'm saying that you miss things.
Like what?
Sometimes you don't show up.
Like what?
Oh, the court sometimes. Sporkles. Oh my God. No, I did those last minute, guys. The solo things, they were just because we needed to put something out and I was alone, so I did it.
So he likes recording in the middle of the night when I work very early in the morning. So
I work early too.
You don't get up at 6 a.m. though.
You're right. Right.
What else should we touch on? I want to touch on like a surprising team that might, surprise people. I think the Spurs are going to end up making the play-in this coming year with the additions that they have of Chris Paul, Stephon Castle, some other veterans like, what's his name from the Kings? Harrison Barnes they added, increased their spacing. Another Kings player that had spacing that they lost. They're going to eventually jump the Kings, and maybe they're in the play-in, but I really think they're going to make it.
Disagree completely. So it sounds like you think Chris Paul is going to lead them to something.
He's going to lead them to something, yes.
Nah, not at his age. I mean, he already showed his colors when he was with the Warriors last year. I think he's lost quite a bit. He's never actually done anything like significant in the playoffs, mind you. So suddenly turning the Spurs from like last place to a playoff team in 1 year, I mean, I just don't see that. But all right, maybe there's more to it that you haven't mentioned yet.
Well, they have some young players that are up and coming. Obviously, Wemby. They already have a really good scorer in Vassell. They have some playmakers in, is it Trey Jones? I always get Tyus and Trey. I think it's Trey.
Trey.
Trey Jones and Sohan can play make. Now they have Chris Paul that can play make. All they really need to do is in the future maybe add another 3-point threat for spacing reasons.
You said they did that with Barnes.
They added some, but I still think they need at least one more to like solidify their team a little bit more. But I really think there's going to be a connection with Chris Paul and Wemby that Wemby's never seen before, like a real point guard that could set him up for easy lobs and easy points. He might end up averaging at least 25 this coming year.
I don't know about that. Sure, he might help him a bit, but I don't think Chris Paul is that same guy he once was, so you might be overstepping with that statement. We'll see. We'll see what comes.
It's a hot take, and I'm willing to put my voice on the line here and test out my genius a little bit.
All right. Well, as you hear, folks, stamp it right now. We got a dime prediction.
So another thing I want to touch on is Pat Bev is thinking about going to Europe. That's pretty interesting. Where his journey started, or I guess
It wasn't started there, but kind of like his professional
career started there, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I don't know why he would go back, and especially being a Barstool content guy now. I don't understand that.
I mean, they could always do Zoom like we've been doing with Roan. I'm sure they could work something out with the podcast that way. And he just inked his new deal. I don't remember if we touched on it last episode or the ones we tried to do, but he just signed a new extension with Barstool.
Great for the pod. Great for basketball.
Yep. So he's deciding between that and a minimum deal. I'm not sure which team yet. I guess he doesn't want to reveal anything. It's probably multiple teams that offered him it, and he's deciding between a couple, but we'll see in the future.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be time to say, all aboard!
On the pier.
Dock and pier. So, did we ever find the difference between dock and pier yet?
One's on the Bucks, coaching.
Pier.
And one's getting ready to load the ship up to Europe.
Actually, a pier is when there is no boats attached to it, so that would be a dock.
So that's when Pat already leaves. All aboard.
Relax. All right. I mean that's pretty much it for this week, guys. But as you know, customary to my traditional ways, I must end us off with some musical talent, and that goes. I'm gonna set a go screen and run away to the corner of the 3-point line. Song of the summer, folks.
Alright, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Remember to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe!